When it comes to Pokemon card collecting, things are very, very weird right now, especially if you want to collect the newest Pokemon card set, Prismatic Evolutions. Prismatic Evolutions is sold out pretty much everywhere you look. Your options are standing in line early in the morning hoping you get some stock, or paying some crazy secondary market prices. There is a third option where you can fight for your Pokemon cards to the death, but yeah, don't do that. Don't fight people for Pokemon cards. And knowing that the demand for this set is absolutely enormous and the prices are clearly high, but the supply is low, and knowing my luck with this set, I refuse to give in to the face of consumerism. Eevee and his little buddies. You want to talk about Charizard being a problem? No, these guys are the problem. These guys are the real problem. So how can I circumnavigate this problem that Skeevy and the Uglyons are pressuring the Pokemon TCG community into? By traveling to Atlanta for Atlanta Collecticon, the biggest collectibles convention that tours the entirety of the United States. And while at the convention, I'm just gonna go ahead and purchase each one of the special illustration rares for Eevee and the Evolutions. Except for the fact that, yeah, I'm not gonna do that. And no, it's not because I can't find the cards. In fact, here's an Umbreon EX for you, and here's an Umbreon EX sitting next to a Sylveon EX, and here is a graded PSA 10 Umbreon EX if I wanted that. This isn't the problem. The problem is... Alright, I'm going to explain this to you guys using the Collector app, which is one of my absolute favorite collecting tools. Please go check it out, download it to your phone. Check this out. This right here is that portfolio I made on the Collector app, and I've added all the Evolutions from Prismatic, the special illustration rares that everybody's losing their minds about. It's all in here. It's right all in this app. Collector app also pulls in last sold values for each of these cards. And using the last sold values, that right there, 4,300 and whatever cents, I don't know, I can't even see because the camera, it's in front of me right now, right? That, I'm not paying that. I'm not gonna pay that. That's absolutely ridiculous. Okay, so what's the point of the video? So with my first idea out, I had to come up with something new, and here's what it is. Okay, so we're not gonna be collecting the Prismatic Evolution Evolutions, but we will be collecting Evolutions. And you're probably like, hey, this guy just talked a bunch of smack on the Evolutions, but now he's going to collect more Evolutions? Exactly. I am gonna do that because I want to show you that collecting can still be fun. Collecting can still be affordable. Collecting can be exactly what you want it to be. Instead of worrying about these Evolutions and their prices and their availability, there are tons and tons of Evolution artworks out there that I would rather have. So for each Eevee and Evolution, I'm gonna go ahead and find a Pokemon card to add to my collection. And of course, we're gonna need a new binder, baby, okay? We are opening a new binder specifically for this video. Oh, look at that, look at that. Beautiful, shout out to Binders, that's the binder company I specifically use. But the binder's a little plain, it's a little boring, and the whole point of the video is collecting is fun. So let's go ahead and trick this binder out a little bit. So we headed on over to Sunchlax's sticker table. Here we picked up a bunch of Evolution stickers to put onto the binder. This is an Evolution binder and we want to make collecting fun, so let's make the binder fun. Alright, now the binder is all stickered up with Evolutions. This binder is made to hold Evolution Pokemon cards. Let's go find some. Obviously we need to start with Eevee because, you know, that's where the Evolutions begin. So I know exactly what Eevee card I want, and I think I know exactly who has it. Let's go. The Card Caravan! Yes, sir! Our most reliable vendor of all time, the best, the greatest, the one that helped me finish my PSA 10 challenge, and I know exactly what card I'm gonna get from this man today. Okay, so you see how happy I am right here? Well, that smile is about to fade. Because earlier in the con, I came by the Card Caravan table and I found this Eevee promo. And I absolutely love this promo. So I came to the Card Caravan table to pick it up, and there's a slight hiccup. Alright, so here's the problem. The card I came for, he sold because I'm an idiot and I wasn't diligent about getting this, you know, getting this video done and getting this binder put together. So I did need to recalibrate just a bit, but I was so lucky because the card caravan did have this Snorlax Eevee Tag Team GX promo card.
All right, check this out. I missed out on the original Eevee promo that I wanted, but this right here, Eevee and Snorlax GX Tag Team era, beautiful card, and honestly, the card I wanted was super weird looking, and this is just as funky, so you know what? We're putting it in the binder.
So I paid the $60 to the card caravan, and this card went into the Evolutions binder that we are building. On to the next Evolution.
Okay, we are gonna skip to the end of the Evolution line. Yes, I know Jolteon. I'm not going in order. None of that order stuff. Okay, we are getting the Evolutions because we need the Evolutions, and I just found a Sylveon card that I am absolutely in love with. I love this card so much. Okay.
Another Evolution card that honestly is so beautiful, but just isn't talked about enough. Not only that, but it also features Eevee, so if you are an Eevee fan and a Sylveon fan, it's a 2-for-1. Now, when I did get to take a look at the card, I noticed that there was a little bit of whitening on the back. And that's perfectly fine because the front is what we really need for the binder. But I did manage to get the card down from 95 to 90 bucks. And we officially have our first Evolution in our Evolution binder. Now, whether you believe this card is better looking than the Sylveon from Prismatic Evolutions, that's not up to me. That's your opinion. But you have to remember, this entire video, this entire journey is about collecting, and how collecting doesn't need to be the most expensive version of the Pokemon card, or the most popular artworks. It's the fact that you have options that you can go to in the world of Pokemon cards.
Okay, so here's the thing. When we were getting these stickers, right next to where we got these stickers was this vintage Espeon card, and it is easily my all-time favorite Espeon. I'm gonna go ahead and pay the pretty penny for it, okay? Let's go this way. Hey, camera on me, man, okay? Relax with this situation. I'm the star here. I know this video is about the Evolutions, but here's the thing. I really do feel like Skeevy and the Uglyons are easily the most overrated Pokemon of all time that have created so much hysteria. Hey, cameraman. Okay, here we go. Here's Touchlax. This is where we got the stickers. All right, that's where we got the stickers. And then we have this. Check this out. This Espeon, this one right here. Absolute favorite Espeon card all time. I love it so much. And honestly, I think I'm gonna have to do it. I think I have to purchase that Espeon card.
My favorite Espeon Pokemon card of all time, but 150 bucks does seem very steep. But it won't for long when you let me put it into perspective for you.
Honestly, I saw that $150 price tag and I was like iffy about it, and then I checked the collector app and realized that the Espeon is currently going for $380 from Prismatic Evolutions, so yeah, that's a steal.
I did end up negotiating with the vendor to bring the price down to $140, which I paid and made the deal. And of course, now it's time to get this beautiful, beautiful card into the Evolution binder.
Okay, here's the thing. When it comes to these Evolutions, in my mind, I have an idea of what card I want, okay? Like the Eevee, the card wasn't available, we changed it up, we got something awesome, just as good, right? I have an idea for the Espeon, for example. I had an idea for the Sylveon. But when it comes to Glaceon, I don't know what to get.
Okay, so we've established that Glaceon might be a problem, and there are wonderful Glaceon Pokemon cards out there, but I really just couldn't decide on one. And that's when it hit me. Who hit me? Unagaba hit me. Yes, this man, a Japanese visual artist, has done some amazing artwork in general, but also has collaborated with Pokemon on multiple occasions. And Unagaba's last collaboration with Pokemon was an Evolution collaboration. And to find some Unagaba packs at Collecticon, I knew exactly where to go.
This right here, this man is Greg, okay? We love Greg, and let me tell you why we love Greg, because a few weeks ago, I bought a Unagaba pack from him, the Unagaba Eevee packs, right? And so I'm here, I'm asking you, do you have any of the actual singles? You don't, I'm sure you have the packs, but do you have Unagaba singles?
As it is, I have one at this moment in time.
Okay, all right, just one. Is it Glaceon? Let's find out. It's not.
It's his brother, Leafeon.
Oh my, okay, all right.
Okay, so unfortunately Greg doesn't have the Glaceon Unagaba card. But Greg does have a bunch of Unigaba sealed booster packs. I ended up making a deal with Greg for 3 booster packs at $95, and I made sure to pick these 3 out specifically. What reason? I don't know, they just spoke to me, and now it's time to go open them.
3 Unigaba packs. Let's see if, please Glaceon be inside one of these. We're gonna go near the bathroom to open these because the prices for the SIR evolutions should be, they're bathroom worthy, okay? That's how bad they are. Pack number 1. Pack number 1, Unigaba, let's see. I'm looking for Glaceon. I'm looking for, oh, is that first pack? I got it. Oh my God.
Attention, attention. If you have lost your ID, please come to the restroom. Again, you have lost your ID.
Okay, they're making an announcement or something in the middle of me pulling a Glaceon. This is ridiculous. This is absolutely ridiculous. I will be speaking with the city of Atlanta about this situation. But we got the Glaceon on our first try. Okay, that works. That's perfect. Yes, sir. Here we go. Here we go. First try, baby, first try. All right, so obviously I pulled it on my first try. I do have 2 left. Comment your favorite Umbreon, and I'll pick one person and I'll send them these. All right, cool, happy. Let's go find more evolutions now. So I came to this table in search of the Leafeon I wanted. Unfortunately, the table has sold it. The vendor sold it, which happens. It's happened twice in this video already, right? So you have to be on your stuff when you go to a collectibles convention, okay? But they do have the Jolteon promo from those Eevee boxes thingies, special collection. I don't know what they're called. Editor, put them on the screen right now. Okay, cool, thank you, perfect. Now, Jolteon is arguably my least favorite evolution, and there really isn't a Jolteon card I like. I'm just gonna grab that because I can't think of a card that I like for Jolteon. I'm gonna go with the VMAX.
VMAX?
I'll go with the VMAX. Would you take 50 on it? All right,
Let's run it.
And did you notice that? All I said was, would you do 50 on it? And the vendor agreed, because Powder School of Business will teach you everything you need to know about negotiating prices for Pokemon cards. Don't go to business school. All you need to do is attend Powder School of Business, and the way you do that is by hitting the subscribe button on my channel.
Once again, dude, I don't really like Jolteon, so you know what? It's the card is what it is. I'll take it. It's in the binder. Jolteon's done. On to whatever evolutions I have next, including a Leafeon that I hope I can find.
So the vendor that I bought the Jolteon from, I originally went to because they had a Leafeon V-Star from Crown Zenith. Unfortunately, that vendor sold it, and I really wanted this card. I absolutely love Leafeon. It's my favorite evolution, and I didn't want to miss out on this specific card. I think it's so much better than the Evolving Skies alternate arts. And I do remember seeing this card at a table somewhere, but I don't remember exactly where. After a little bit of searching here and searching there and searching everywhere, I finally came across the table that had the Leafeon V-Star from Crown Zenith. And honestly, I was so exhausted from actually finding the card, I didn't even negotiate a price. I just paid whatever they asked, and that was $60.
All right, see, I knew they had it. I just had to find, I didn't have to find the card. I had to find the vendor because that's who I was missing. I wasn't missing the card. I knew where the card was. I just didn't know where the vendor was. Either way, Leafeon, you, my friend, are gonna go right here. Crown Zenith Leafeon, one of my absolute favorite cards, absolutely underrated. And why are people freaking out over Prismatic Evolutions when you can have a card that looks that beautiful? That's insane, that's amazing. Okay, on to the next evolution.
And the next evolution is Flareon, and I'm gonna go ahead with the OG Flareon from Jungle. This card fills me with so much nostalgia. Now, this vendor did have a couple options on the Flareon, and these options are usually correlated with how the card looks. I did take a closer look at both the $75 option and the $60 option, and I ended up settling with...
Just purchase this bad boy. Here's the thing, guys. Listen, it's 60 bucks. There's the other one it looked better, right? At the end of the day, it looked better, but it's for the binder. I'm not looking to grade these things. I'm not losing my mind over, super duper expensive cards because it looks beautiful on the front side, and guess what you see when you put it into a binder? You see the front side. So yeah, off to find a Vaporeon now.
The next evolution we were looking for is Vaporeon, and it didn't take too long to find. It was the very next vendor I walked up to.
Alright, cool. I didn't even have to look for it. He looked for it for me. You know? Just ask sometimes.
Service with a smile.
Yeah, you know?
Yeah, there you go.
This is what happens when you're big time on YouTube, you know? They just start getting the cards for you. Here we go. Vaporeon goes in to the binder. There we go. Look at this. Look at this. Why do you need to sit there and pay thousands of dollars for Prismatic Evolution SIRs? I'm sorry, vendors. I know I'm ruining your gimmick of selling these things. But this is look at their wonderful cards. You can still find wonderful cards. I need to find a wonderful card. I have one more evolution to get. That was the segue. All right, cool. Let's go. Here it is, guys. The ultimate evolution, Umbreon. Everybody constantly wants to talk about Umbreon. Listen, Charizard is underrated, folks. If you really look at the numbers, Charizard is underrated. Look, everybody's crying about all these things. It doesn't, you know, and it's ridiculous that everybody's crying about Charizard being expensive and sets are hard to get, but Umbreon's the real issue. Umbreon is the real issue. I know exactly who's going to have this card, and it's the Umbreon I want. I think this is one of the best cards of all time, and I think it's ridiculously underrated, especially in comparison with the Prizzy Evo. Yes, Prizzy Evo, that's what all the cool kids are saying. All right, these guys right here, straight degenerates. This is, I know I'll get the card I want here because these guys are absolute degenerates. Always buying, always selling. Okay, Umbreon V Altart, the regular one. Raw, I need a raw though.
We don't have it.
You don't have it? Oh my God, I was gonna cry. Okay, perfect.
Raw.
No panic.
Raw.
I have it though, it's right here.
Just crack it.
I'm not paying the 10 price for you to crack it.
Okay, so that's awkward. The vendor that I originally said was super trusted and would probably have the Umbreon that I wanted, yeah, well, they didn't have the Umbreon I wanted. Luckily, Collecticon is a gigantic collectibles convention with vendors from all over the place, so I know exactly who to go to next.
These guys are reliable, very reliable. Oh yeah, 100%. Reliability, collectible tags. You want reliability? Collectible tags, baby. This is what we go to. Right there. There it is. We need that card. People are losing their minds over a Prismatic Evolutions Umbreon that costs $1,600, right? And I think that artwork is just so much better. And it's, how much? $250. See how easy that was? It wasn't. It actually wasn't.
It's about to get even easier.
Okay.
Dealer's choice, 200 for you.
Wait, really?
Yep, absolutely.
200?
200's the deal.
200, baby. Yes, so we got it for 150.
You gotta send that in too then.
Love that.
Here we are, folks. Here we are. Look at this. Look at this.
Very far, but...
Look at this. Bam. Bam. Umbreon into the binder, every Eevee and every single evolution, and I paid a fraction of what I would have paid if I tried to purchase the Prismatic Evolutions ones.
A fraction of what you would have paid, Powder? Oh, it's way better than that. Let me get into the math. We managed to pick up 9 total cards, 1 for Eevee and 1 for each of Eevee's evolutions. And if you add together everything I paid for this beautiful page in the binder, it comes out to $769. And don't worry, I totally understand, $769 is a lot of money. But the idea is, instead of collecting each one of the evolutions from Prismatic Evolutions for an absolutely crazy price point, I went ahead and found myself other evolution cards that I love just as much. And compared to what I would have paid with the Prismatic Evolutions, I really made it out well. You don't need to get every single evolution either. You could just get the ones that you love. That's why there's 8 of them. But at the end of the day, Eevee is the problem. Eevee is the face of capitalism. Do not edit this out, editors. Don't stop the video here.